This is life in the 1900s newspapers, where I read old newspapers to you. Today, we're in the roaring 20s. One of the top news stories in the 20s was about the world of flight and the airplane, such as Charles Lindbergh and Amelia Earhart. And fashion followed suit with hats with airplane themes. Take a look. Let's not forget men's fashions in the 20s.
This is the prize-winning Daily Mail hat of 1920. This is the new clip-over.
The 1920s hat, that's my favorite, is this one that looks like you just came in from a downpour. Today, we're starting a new newspaper from a new town. It's the Martinsburg Journal from Martinsburg, West Virginia, and it's dated Monday evening, November 5th, 1928. And the price was 3 cents. Noted flyers meet death in record effort. For almost an hour Saturday night, as the last flight of the Yankee Doodle has been placed together by stories of observers, the famous plane and pilot battled despite a failing motor to clear the 8,000-foot peaks of the Bradshaw Mountains. At 7:30 o'clock, its knocking, sputtering motor had been heard 8 miles south of Prescott. Sometime later, the plane circled 4 times a narrow valley, but rain defeated Collier's attempt to find a landing place. As the last circle was made, the plane was only a few hundred feet off the ground. Then Collier, apparently determined to make a last desperate attempt to force his plane over the mountain. J.B. Tomlinson, manager of the Storm Cloud Mines, was the last man to see the plane, which he said came down the canyon sputtering as if the motor was failing and disappeared into the gloom after scraping the treetops. Short time later, he heard a crash and a loud explosion. Jeff, you've been gazing at that picture of a stork for an hour. Have you gone goofy? Nope, I've been doing some deep thinking. Impossible. About what? Well, I've always been curious to know why a stork stands on one foot. It's worried me. But at last, I've doped it out. All bite. Why does the stork stand on one foot? Because if he lifted the other foot, he'd fall down. Why does a stork stand on one foot? I wish I knew. Fame. Of what flimsy stuff is fame made? When the Graf Zeppelin sailed from New York on her homeward air journey the other day, she had aboard a stowaway, one Clarence Terhune. Terhune's sole accomplishment is an ability to work his way into places where he has no business, to crash gates. Yet, he monopolized attention from the moment he made his presence known. When the Zeppelin landed, the cheers of welcome, eager eyes of the multitude were not for the ship's commander. The thoughts of the people were not on the craft's inventor. The American stowaway was, and still is, the center of attention. Already he's been offered work abroad and free passage home, and it is almost a foregone conclusion that he will be preferred a movie or a vaudeville contract as soon as he returns to American soil. Possibly it would be better for all concerned were Terhune treated, as was his predecessor, William Ballantyne, a British youth, who won nothing but a severe cold and a reprimand for stowing away on the R-34, which was the first airship to cross the Atlantic. It was the days of Prohibition in 1928. Here's an article about that. Seize 18 gallons of liquor. City police seized 18 gallons of alleged moonshine in one of the several garages in the rear of 505 Virginia Avenue early Saturday night. Most of the alleged liquor was in paper bags containing 1 gallon each. Alex Keyes, owner of the garage, stated to police that he was unable to remember the name of the person to whom he had rented the garage. Officers say they have information that 2 local men had rented the garage for the purpose of handling whiskey on a wholesale scale. Screen life in Hollywood. Machinery and marvels and monsters photographed spectacularly in colors will give the film fans something new to gaze at when The Mysterious Island reaches the screen. 2/3 of this film, adapted from a Jules Verne story, still remains to be shot, but looking at the 7 reels so far assembled reveals some decided innovations in the field of natural color. In the 1920s, the movies were filled with westerns and adventure and romance. Before we see what's playing at the theaters in this newspaper, take a look at this funny short that was made in the 30s about upcoming, no, not actually upcoming movies. Heretofore, under the title Coming Attractions, we have presented flashes of thrills and big moments occurring in pictures soon to appear at this theater. For a change, we will now present coming attractions that will never come to this theater or to any other theater. The Mammoth Screen Drama. Then came the yawn. Stirring, spectacular, sensational, staggering, spontaneous, sentimental, a screwy, featuring John Barrymore, the eternal lover. Then came the yawn.
Into the heart of the hills he goes, hither and thither, yonder and yon, to the hidden still, guarded by the daring, desperate sons of the hills, the fearless, ferocious hillbillies.
She'll be coming round the mountains when she'll come. She'll come, she'll be coming round the mountains when she'll come.
Action, suspense, drama, murder, love, cowardice, mystery, bravery, fear. You'll find them all in Webster's Dictionary.
What a situation. Don't fail to see the story of the man who traveled 3,000 miles to find his daughter. To the frozen solitudes of the north he pursues the villain, and there in the icy loneliness of eternal night, in the weary wastes of the glacial desert, he finds them.
Was he right or was he wrong? What would you do? What would anybody do? This is what they do in Hochapacha. Then came the yawn. Colossal, gigantic, majestic Leviathan. Albany Night Boat. At the Hollywood preview, members of the cast were received with a rousing reception. 4 critics gave this picture 4 stars. That's 1 star apiece, folks. Hear what Mr. and Mrs. Average Audience thought of this great picture. A genuine cuckoo production with 50 other Hollywood stars. You will no doubt recognize your favorites. What a cast! Unsurpassed, unparalleled, unequaled, unnecessary, including lovable Boris Plaster. He was a fiend, a monster, a maniac. I'll have mine with butter and jam. You'll find a thrill in every minute, a chill in every minute, 60 seconds in every minute. Hey, look under your seat and you'll find gum. Last year, Cuckoo Pictures hit you between the eyes with the fatal bedsheet. Which was turned down by everybody. Then Cuckoo socked you in the nose with the great surgeon drama. Oh, why don't you cut up sometime? And now, Cuckoo knocks you unconscious with Then Came the Yawn. Coming, a frank warning to the parents of America, the flaming drama of Scarlet Youth, the road to ruin. Where does it lead to? See for yourself at the Apollo Theater. Also showing at the Apollo today, a great underworld romance. This is John Gilbert's strongest part since the big parade. As the East Side gangster who determines to break through the 4 walls of his life of crime, aided by a great love, he will hold your interest every second. With Joan Crawford.
Honey bun, no one excites me like honey bun. No one delights me and makes me do crazy things. My head goes reeling and my feet have wings. Oh honey bun, your charm upset me with just one punch. That night you met me, you held me tight. What a night, and love was doing all right. My heart is taking a jump with a bumpity-bumpity-bump. Oh honey bun, life is so thrilling with honey bun. I'm more than willing to make your dreams all come true, my honey child. I'm wild about you.
Jumping the Jipper. Ha ha! That's the time I fooled you and you dropped out. I gotta watch this bird, Slicko. He's taking me over left and right. You see me? I've got 3 queens. What have you got? I got 3 kings. Gimme! Say, you're cheating. How do you know I'm cheating? 'Cause I know what cards I dealt ya.
What's the joke?
No, you tell her. You tell her. Oh, I give it Did I kill me?
That wasn't liquor. That was cold tea.